This is no ordinary bunch of grapes. This is a bunch of grapes that has been needlessly laid on a pillow of composite polyurinate. Then each grape is lovingly enrobed in its own individual gilet of cling film and mummified in a hydrogenated, hypoplastified fruit sarcophagus. And then ensheathed in a femidome. And then flown from ridiculously far away with its own ticket in business class. And mindlessly placed in another piece of packaging by a wanker. These are no ordinary grapes. These are Marks and Spencers who are probably going to sue us.
Someone's got to tell him. And by the way, Asda, you can bugger off as well. The all-new St Pancras station was opened this week and will soon be able to hop on even quicker trains to Paris and Brussels. What a great technological advance. But not everybody sees it that way. And joining me now is one such person, Mrs Victoria Bigot. Mrs Bigot, you're against the high-speed rail link.
Yes, I am. It's federalisation by stealth. It's letting Brussels in through the back door. And I don't let anything in my back door apart from a workman. Perhaps a muddy dog.
But it's a marvellous station, isn't it?
But it's not Waterloo, is it? A Frenchman arrives at Waterloo, puts them in their place. It says, don't forget, we thrashed you at a war. We should rename St Pancras Agincourt Station, Cressy Station, you know, bloody Rugby World Cup semi-final station. Yeah, either that or we should have a Battle of St Pancras and thrash them in it.
Right. Tell me, what is it that so worries you about these links with Europe?
Well, I've done a lot of research on the matter.
Where?
I've looked inside my own head, Marcus, and it's not very nice in there, you know. No. All broken sherry decanters and small angry men shouting, send them home, and then not having sex with me for 30 years. It's terrifying. Anyway, what I think is there should be signs put by the railway track, danger, France approaching. And if people must get on a train that goes to Europe, they should be allowed a referendum just before Dover to see if anyone wants to get off. Besides, what I want to know about this rail link is how they plan to get the trains across the channel. They're going to strap them to a boat, are they?
Well, no, there's the Channel Tunnel.
The Channel Tunnel?
Yeah.
What's that?
There was the tunnel under the, you know, from Calais to Folkestone.
A tunnel?
Yeah.
Well, this is monstrous. This is a Brussels-inspired violation of Britain's sacred barriers. A huge, garlicky tongue snaking its way beneath the pure waters of the Albion Sea to lick frantically at the naked flaps of Folkestone in a giant, hideous Eurofelt. A vast concrete python thrusting into the holy fecund soil of noble, unsullied England and giving us one right in the Kent.
Right. You seem to be pretty worked up about this.
Yes, I am, in fact, Marcus, and I'm going to go and have a lie down now, possibly with a workman. Or a muddy dog.
Mrs Bigot, thank you.
Yes.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome my second guest this evening, Iranian comedian and writer, a good friend of mine, Shappi Khorsandi. Have a seat. Shappi, lovely to see you. Now, you don't live in Iran anymore.
No, I don't. I moved out.
Why?
I couldn't see myself chilling out in downtown Tehran.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I would if Iran had a more moderate leader, you know, like a Mullah Light or something.
Yeah.
But, you see, when I was 3.5 years old, my father, who is a satirist, moved to Britain, and then the revolution happened in Iran, and my father wrote some jokes about the Ayatollahs, and they're not really known for their sense of humour.
No.
Obviously, Iran has lots of freedom of speech, great advocate of freedom of speech, the Iranian leaders, but there's no freedom after you've spoken.
Right. But during the speech, free to say that Israel is evil.
Absolutely. Ahmadinejad, God bless him, that man needs a hug, doesn't he?
He's a sweet-looking fella, isn't he? I like the fact whenever he turns up so important, he always looks a bit untidy.
He does a little bit.
Yeah.
He's sort of the earth man of the people.
Yeah.
Ahmadi, or as Iranians call him, Ahmadi, kill the Jews, Najad. It's very, very
I mean, should we be scared of him?
Should we be scared of him?
Yeah.
Well, if he creeps into our bedroom at night time, definitely.
Well, then definitely, yes.
Well, no more scared than we are of anybody else that might have nuclear weapons, like you know, Israel,
America,
Israel. But ordinary Israelis get a hard time. I had an Israeli friend, Marcus, and every time she came to visit us in the UK at passport control, they'd go, "Occupation?" She'd go, "No, just a holiday." So thank you for coming with me on that one. Not everybody does.
That's terrific. So what was it like then, growing up as an Iranian, growing up in the UK? What was life like?
Well, the first thing is, because of what happened in Iran, everyone assumes Iranians are very, very religious, and actually, by and large, are very secular people. And I wasn't raised with any kind of religion, and for years, I didn't know about religion. For years, I thought that Jewish people and Muslim people don't eat pork because pigs are cute. And I thought that rabbi was the plural of rabbit. It's not. And no, it's not. Don't ever make that mistake again. Well, I had a Jewish friend at school. Yes, write that down. I had this Jewish friend, and she freaked out one day. She was going, "Oh, my God, I had a piece of ham by accident." I did it. And I was 18. And she was like, "Oh, my rabbi's going to kill me." And I was like, "Why have you not cleaned the hutch?" You know. So that was the main thing that was different for me. Everyone thought we were really religious, and we didn't practice religion. And I was really, because Christianity was the religion that was most prevalent in my life, because I went to a Christian school.
Right.
But this was the 1970s, so it wasn't called a Christian school. It was just called school. And we used to have nativity plays, and I always wanted to play an angel, and as my teacher explained to me, "No, Shappi, little blonde girls are angels, little brown girls are the whores of Babylon." You know. And another Christian thing I had in my life was brownies. I went to brownies, but admittedly my parents thought it was an after-school club for Asian kids.
Right. Easy mistake to make.
Yeah, so I had much more Christianity in my life than any other religion. And as for being an Iranian in London, I was banging to like the posh bits of being English. Like I was really into Enid Blyton. And she's not very politically correct.
Not hugely, no.
No, and I was a little bit bigoted, I think, as a child, because I used to skip home from school and say to my mum, "Mummy, let's go on a picnic. We've got plenty of juicy plums and lashings of ginger beer." "Oh, no, there's a strange gypsy at the door selling his wares." And my mum would go, "Shut up, that is Uncle Hassan." Things are different now, because my family got asylum in Britain in the 80s, so we became refugees long before it was, you know, fashionable. And it's not as sexy now, but the beautiful thing about immigration is that it breeds a new kind of racism, and it brings us all together as racists. And just the other day, I heard someone, no word of a lie, say, "Bloody Poles coming over here with their work ethic." And that just makes me feel so proud to be British
creating mayhem.
Yes.
Come over here, taking odd jobs, well, doing odd jobs, with a smile on their face, on time for the price they quoted. Good for them.
Could you believe this? But no, but you get all the Indian call centres now.
Yeah.
And I've had people go, "Bloody foreigners, stay in their own country and nick our jobs." But they're great. If you're going on holiday to India now, you just have to call your bank to see what the weather's like.
Shappi, I could talk to you all night, but sadly we've run out of time. But thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Shappi Khorsandi. I would like, of course, to also thank my guest, Henry Porter. Please join us next week when I confidently predict that I will be saying for the second time this year, Blair resigns. Come on, Ian, take the hat off. Your time's up. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next week. Good night.